Hello and welcome to my channel. Sorry, my voice is a little bit weird. I've been sick for a couple of weeks, but yeah, I wanted to update you now on my last video where I made a TBR and my husband wrote down 5 words, and it was computer, cake, coffee, pink, and panda. And then I had to find some books related to those words. Yeah, so that was quite interesting and funny. Okay, we could start with the first word, and that was coffee. And I tried to start on the book before the coffee gets cold. That was really bad. It's by a Japanese author, male Japanese author. I mean, I listened to it as an audiobook and I only got like 7 minutes into it, and he said, oh yeah, even though that she was so beautiful, she was also smart. Like, oh my god, women can't be smart and beautiful. Like, what? Nope. So I did not want to continue that. I have heard about the sexism in these books before, and I am not here for it, so I DNF that one. Then I read Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, and it was the computer word. And it's by Gabrielle Savin. And yeah, that was really good. I think I gave it like a 4-star. It's about these two friends they met in their childhood, and as adults they are trying to develop computer games together. It's not a classical romance book. It's actually more about friendship and how to maintain that friendship. I overall really enjoyed myself. It had some different aspects to it than a normal classical romance book. I enjoyed that. And if you like computers or more like computer games, I think this could be a good book too. Yeah, so that was actually a good word that he wrote down. Then there was the word cake. And I read A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking by T. Kingfisher. And it was middle grade. And it's a fantasy, and it's about this girl who can control dough. A few people has magical powers in this world, and yeah, her power is controlling dough. And not just dough, bread actually. It was almost like cozy fantasy, but being middle grade. So maybe like 3-star for me. It has that classical setup where the bad guys are coming and then suddenly she has to save the city. It wasn't something major, but you know, a cozy little book, but yeah. Then the next word was pink, and I read And the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer. I think that's what it's called, and it's by Friedrich Backman, a Swedish author. It was a really short book. I think the audiobook was like 1 hour and 30 minutes. And it's about this man who's getting dementia, and you get like a look into his brain and how it's just crumbling down. It was okay, but for me, I don't think short books are really my thing. But I heard a lot of people liking this book, and they think it's sad, and so yeah, I mean, the majority liked this book, so maybe give it a go. But yeah, I'm not really into short books, I think. I also read another book with a pink cover. I think I said in the previous video that I was going to read Ember and the Ice Dragons by Heather Fawcett, but then I read Gillian McAllister's Wrong Place, Wrong Time instead, and I'm really glad that I did, because I really like that book. It's about this woman witnessing her son committing a murder, and then she goes a day back in time, and then she goes even further back in time, and she's trying to solve this murder. And it was really exciting, and definitely when I got like halfway through it, I just couldn't stop, so that was good. I did not expect to like it because it had like thriller vibes. That's usually not my thing, but yeah, that was really good. I think I want to give it a 4-star. Yeah, so if you like the themes time traveling, time loops, solving a murder, thriller, give this one a go. Yeah, that was the pink books. Then we have the word panda, and I bought the book from the library, American Panda by Gloria Chow. I am at page sorry, 202. It's like a classic break free from your parents' strict rules book. She has a Taiwanese background, and she is born in the US, but her parents are really traditional and really strict, and they are what's called tiger parents. They really push her, and she's trying to break free from that, and yeah, a classical story about that. It's a young adult book, becoming of age. I think I'm gonna give it a 3-star when I'm done with it. It's not something I haven't read or seen before, but it's also a really easy read. It's alright. I'd never have gotten to read this book if it wasn't for the word panda. I even brought my daughter's panda bear from IKEA. Yeah, but yeah, I think a 3-star. And that's the only book I read that had panda in the title. And then I had like the last book on my TBR, and that was a book with like a winter theme, and I found the book A Winter Palace, and it's by Tadje Visas, I think, and it's a Norwegian book, and yeah, that's all I want to say about that. Who recommended that book? It was so pretentious. Like, ugh. This is a book you're only gonna read if you are studying literature or somewhere in that field. Otherwise, if you're just like me, trying to find a good story, don't read that. It's about these two girls, and they meet up one day, and then the next day the other girl is going to see this ice palace, and then she disappears, and yeah, and there's just every line is supposed to be analyzed, and what does it mean, and I hate it, absolutely hate it. Nope. Yeah, like I said, so pretentious. I don't enjoy that. If you do, this one is definitely a book for that. But yeah, otherwise, then I also read another book, and that was Britney Spears' My Own Voice, her new biography. That was really juicy, I think. And it was just so nostalgic reading this book. And I do not like Justin Timberlake. I do not like her father, and it really just shows how difficult it definitely was in the 2000s, the 10s, to be a woman, and how easy it is to be a man. Like, you can be the best father of the year, even though you do drugs, you are never around, and you party too much, and you are unfaithful, and you know, it doesn't matter. And if you're a woman and you have a glass of wine, you know, the media was really rough on her, and it was really nice to read it from her perspective. And if you also liked her music when you were a kid and remember all the music videos, this was really fun to read as well. Yeah, so definitely recommend that if you have grown up with Britney Spears. I think that was all the books. I have been inspired by Gillian McAllister's book, Wrong Place, Wrong Time. to do a video with time traveling or time loops. So I think that's gonna be my next video. I did borrow some books from the library with that theme, and yeah, so that's gonna be my next books to get to. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.